Good morning, everyone. After the grand success of our first event, Shubh Aram, we are here with another exciting event for you all. VVCE Toastmasters. I think we've heard about it in Shubh Aram. Principal did mention about it, and even we asked a lot of questions about this club. What is this Toastmasters all about? Is it a toast? Is it a cookery show? Or do we have masters preparing toast? Or what is it all about? So let's hear it from our own principal. Before that, let me welcome our respected principal, Dr. B. Sadashiv for this event. I would like to welcome each and every participant, all the parents, students for this exciting event. So welcome to you, sir, and I request you to address our guests.
Thank you, Ms. Rupapriya. And I hope that all the students are safe and healthy in their respective homes. And good afternoon to all of you. It's great to talk to you once again. I think this is the third time I am addressing after Shubharam. We had interaction with the computer science students. Similarly, all the department students, the respective HODs are going to address their students this week and perhaps in the beginning of next week. And today we have the introduction to the Toastmasters Club. And I did mention, as Ms. Rupapriya mentioned in the Shubharam, we have more than 30 clubs in the institute. And one of them, which is very active, dynamic, that is very useful for you guys, is the Toastmasters Club. And we established a couple of years ago. Just to let you know that I was also a Toastmaster at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, when I was working there as a faculty in the Taylor's College, now the Taylor's University. From 99 to 2007, I was in Kuala Lumpur. At that time, I understood that I needed to improve my communication skill. Then I did not know what to do. And one of my friends, who was my colleague at the college, he took me to Malaysian Institute of Management, MIM, where there was a club, Toastmaster Club. It was called MIM Toastmaster Club. It was one of the premier clubs there. I went there for about a year and I became a Toastmaster. And then I became a Toastmaster of that club, and I also become, they call it CTM, Competent Toastmaster. If you complete 10 speeches, the prepared speeches, you will become a competent Toastmaster. So, of course, I did not go further. But what I learned there, that really has helped me to become a better leader, better communicator. And after joining Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering in the year 2007, I was thinking of establishing that club. In fact, many a time we tried, we did not succeed. And finally, under the leadership of Ms. Rupapriya JK in the year 2017, if I remember correctly, we established Toastmaster Club. And now it is well known in the entire state of Karnataka because our students speak so well. They effectively communicate their ideas, concepts, and they are able to present many speeches in front of great audience, and they are able to inspire others. And I'm really proud of our Toastmaster Club because they have brought name, fame, not only to themselves, to the entire institute. And similarly, I request every one of you to listen to them, see how you can benefit from this. Because, all of us need to be great communicators, which is very important. What is communication? Basically, you should be able to make others understand the way we want them to understand, which is very important. Many a time we tell something, but the listeners understand in a different way. So that is not great communication. So I believe that the introduction to Toastmaster Club today will be a new era in your life where if you use it effectively, it is going to change your destiny. Some people say that if you master communication, you will master your destiny. So similarly, I want each one of you to master, become great communicators so that you can determine your destiny. You will reach much, much greater heights. In fact, many a people, many a time I have seen people who are extremely brilliant. Because of lack of communication skill, they are not able to go up the ladder. So this is a great opportunity for each one of you, because you are going to be with us for the next 4 years. You have ample amount of time to improve your communication skill. You can improve your listening skill. You can become a motivational speaker. You can become an inspirational speaker. Everything is possible at VVC. Now, I really extremely happy that the Toastmaster Club of our institute is going to talk for the next maybe 45 minutes. They introduce and online for the first time. They are doing online. I believe that this is going to be a great day for each one of you who have not heard of Toastmaster Club. Who have heard of Toastmaster Club, at least you will know the quality of our students at the Toastmasters Club at VVC. With this, I thank the Toastmaster Club for giving me an opportunity to say a few words on this occasion. Thank you. Over to you, Ms. Rupapriya.
Thank you so much, sir, for those inspiring words. You've always been our inspiration. So, VVC Toastmasters Club was the dream of VVC management, was the greatest dream of our principal, Dr. B. Vidyavardhaka, because as he mentioned, he himself was a Toastmaster. And of course, it was our dream too. And today, this dream is a reality, and we are living that beautiful dream. So, time to know more about the VVC Toastmasters Club, the club which is spoken about everywhere, not just in India, even abroad. We are known nationally and internationally. I'm proud to say that. So to know more and to understand more and to be a part of VVC Toastmasters Club, I would like to invite, welcome, and introduce the president of VVC Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Nimesh Mohan. So, Nimesh, over to you. Take us through the lovely journey of VVC Toastmasters.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am and sir, for that warm welcome and beautiful introduction about VVC Toastmasters. A very warm welcome to everyone once again. I am the president of the club. My name is Nimesh, and I welcome you all to this open house live orientation talk about Toastmasters. Let me just, yes. So Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills. Public speaking is considered to be one of the many fears that most people have in them. And it is not very easy to break this thick ice of fear. One should be very courageous and one should be a lot committed to break this thick fear. So what Toastmasters International does is it empowers the individuals to become more effective communicators. So it provides an effective and a supportive and a positive learning environment where the members tend to improve and they have a personal growth. So you guys know about Toastmasters right now in brief. And there is the history for Toastmasters International. The person that you're viewing right now, that you're seeing right now on the screen is Ralph C. Smedley. This guy is the founder of Toastmasters International, and he's the one who came up with the concept of Toastmasters. There's a very short, interesting story about how Toastmasters was established. Long ago, Ralph C. Smedley was working as the Director of Education at the YMCA in United States of America. When he was working there, he saw that the young men in the society needed to develop certain skills, such as public speaking skills, managing meetings, organizing programs, and many more. So seeing this need, he came up with the concept of Toastmasters. So he thought that all these young men in the society ought to learn these necessary skills in a social environment. Toastmasters is a very common term that's used nowadays. It's used for a person who gives a toast, and a toast is a very small speech that is given at a banquet, wedding, family dinners, and where not. So that is the short, interesting story of Toastmasters International. And looking at the current world scenario with the rise of entrepreneurs, startups, and companies, I can relate the story of the establishment of Toastmasters International with today's world. The entrepreneurs around us, they start something. They start their organization, startups, because they see a need in the society, just as how Ralph C. Smedley did with Toastmasters International. Coming to VVCE Toastmasters, we are an exuberant club at Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering. To know more about our club, sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video.
Are you a person who does not know how to start a conversation?
Are you someone who knows the answer but yet doesn't have the courage to stand up and give an answer? Are you someone who starts shivering when you go on stage? Then Toastmasters is the place for you.
So that is the gist of VVCE Toastmasters, and that is just the gist of VVCE Toastmasters. We are much more than what you saw right now. One more point I forgot to mention about Toastmasters is that this organization is very big. This organization has more than 300,000 members with more than 16,000 clubs in 145 countries. And the reason why it is spread so much is because of the true essence of the clubs, which conducts meetings where the members give their speeches and improve their public speaking skills. So you guys saw the gist of Toastmasters, and there are members in our club who are responsible for the success of our club. And it's not just the members, there are also other people who are known as the officers, who tend to lead the club in the right direction. So let me now introduce you the officers of VVCE Toastmasters, starting off with the Vice President Education Officer, Toastmaster Prajwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimesh. Good afternoon, everyone, for all the live viewers and the viewers who will watch this video once it's in the playlist. I am Prajwal Hebbar. I am the Vice President Education Officer of VVCE Toastmasters. What I do? I'll note down all your goals in your Toastmaster International journey and make sure you attain those goals. With that, I also facilitate you with all the help which you need and all the other things like if you want a workshop or if you want something educational about the goals which you are trying to attain, I'll help you in all those aspects and make you reach your goal very soon. By saying that, I welcome you all, and over to the President Toastmaster Nimesh.
Thank you very much, Prajwal, for that lovely introduction. Next up is our VP, Vice President Membership Officer, Shika Yadav.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nimish. Hey everybody, I am Shikha Yadav, the Vice President Membership of VVCE Toastmasters. My job is really simple. I address all your needs and retain and recruit all the members. You have any doubts about Toastmasters, I'm your person. And never forget that you have anything to tell, Shikha Yadav is your person. I'm so glad you're all here. Welcome to the family. I'm sure you're going to have a great 4 years. Thank you. Over to the President.
Thank you very much, Shika Yadav, for that lovely introduction. Next up is the Vice President Public Relations Officer, Ishika Jain. The screen is yours.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Ishika Jain. I'm the Vice President Public Relations of VVCE Toastmasters. My job is to communicate between the club and the community, both externally and internally. I communicate successes, I announce the meetings, and the other changes that has to be made to maintain a positive image of the club and to also attract the members. Now, I want you all to bear because I'm going to make you all famous. And if you haven't checked out the VVCE Toastmasters Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube handle, then you must go check it out now. The username for all these platforms are at VVCE Toastmasters. Thank you, and over to the President Toastmaster Nimesh.
Thank you very much, Ishika, for that lovely introduction. And yes, everyone should check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages. It's lovely. Next up is the secretary of our club. That's Naveed Wani.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am Toastmaster Naveed Wani. I am the secretary of VVCE Toastmaster Club. My job is to maintain all the documents and records of the club. I wholeheartedly welcome you all in the VVCE family. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimesh.
Thank you very much, Naveed, for that lovely introduction. Next up is our treasurer, the money lady of our club. That's Bhumika. Bhumika, we are not able to hear you. No. Okay, that is all right, Bhumika. We'll come back to you later in the later minutes of the meeting. Anyway, that is the treasurer of our club. She is the one who handles the money for our club. So the next up is the most exciting guy, and this is the sergeant at arms of our club. So Siddharth, the screen is yours.
Thank you for that, Mr. President. And yes, good afternoon, everyone. I am the Sergeant at Arms of VVCE Toastmasters, Siddharth Desai. My job as a Sergeant at Arms is to open each meeting at VVCE Toastmasters, during which I'll also be laying down the basic guidelines of our meeting. It's also my responsibility to maintain the decorum of the meeting throughout the meeting. I am your go-to guy if you wish to, if you are facing any kind of discrepancies during the meeting. Apart from these things, I'll also be coordinating with other officers regarding the documentation and some other back-end work. That's pretty much what I do as a Sergeant at Arms. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms, for that lovely introduction. And audience, these are the 7 pillars of the VVCE Toastmasters Club for this year. Before I move on to the first segment, there's also another important officer who is known as the immediate past president. So the immediate past president of our club is Apurva Singh. Apurva, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Ramesh, for finally not forgetting me. So that's all right. Mentor's job is to make sure that their mentees perform, and that is my job. As the immediate past president, I have to make sure that all the officers know what they are doing and what they are responsible for. And it does not imply to only the officers, it's for all the members who are a part of VVCE Toastmasters. So that's my job as the IPP, immediate past president. Back to you, Nimish.
Thank you very much, Apurva. So with that, you all got to know the 8 officers of our club. So now let's move on to the first leg of this live session, and that is the prepared speech session. Now, a prepared speech is a segment in a Toastmasters meeting where a speaker will give a prepared speech. Now, this speech is already prepared and she will deliver it in front of a live audience. But since we are not conducting this in a offline mode, you guys will be experiencing a speech by the speaker through this live session. So before I introduce the speaker, I'd like to introduce 2 important role takers for this speech segment. That is the grammarian and the timer. So to know more about these 2 roles, let me introduce first the grammarian, Ishika Jain. Ishika, you may go ahead and introduce the word of the day, phrase of the day to our audience.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimish. Grammarian role is I am. You might be wondering what I'm talking, right? Did you understand what I said? I mean, the words are correct, the spellings are correct, but what is not right is the grammar. That is why grammar is really important in communication, because the receiver will comprehend what you're trying to say. As a grammarian, my job is to look after the grammar in the meeting and note down the good and the not so good usages of the meeting. Also, I'll let you all know the word of the day and the phrase of the day of the meeting. The word of the day is value, 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 meaning the regard that something is held to deserve. And the phrase of the day is get the ball rolling, meaning to start something happening. I request all of you to be very alert and notice how many times the word of the day and the phrase of the day is used. There is a surprise ahead of you, so be very, very attentive. All right, back to you, Nimish.
Thank you very much, Ishika. And I hope all our audience are aware of the word of the day and phrase of the day. Now, let me introduce the timer, and then I'll tell you the fun activity that will be happening. So the timer for today's meeting is Toastmaster Siddharth. Toastmaster Siddharth, the screen is yours.
Thank you again, Mr. President. So, yes, good afternoon again. Abraham Lincoln once said, if I was given 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend 4 of it just sharpening my axe. This is what my job is, not sharpening axes, but to help you know whether you're using your time wisely and properly. Because time isn't the main thing, it is the only thing. Now, today we have a prepared speech, which at Toastmasters takes around 5 to 7 minutes, usually. So, this is how it's gonna be. At the 5th minute interval, I'll be showing you the green card. At the 6th minute, the yellow one. And at the 7th minute interval, I'll be showing you the red card. Now, since I can't show the timer card physically, I'll be sharing my screen for the convenience purposes and definitely because I don't have the card with me right now. Now, for the speakers and the audience courtesy, 4 minute 30 seconds is the minimum threshold and 7 minute 30 seconds is the maximum one. Anything below or above the specified timings respectively, and your speech might be disqualified. So that's all from my side as the timer. Over to the president of VVCE Toastmasters, Toastmaster Nimish.
Thank you very much, Siddharth, for that lovely introduction. Okay, sorry for that inconvenience. Thank you, Siddharth, for that lovely introduction. And I hope the viewers know what exactly a grammarian and the timer does in a Toastmasters meeting. So here is the fun activity. Our prepared speaker will give a speech, and she will include the word of the day and phrase of the day in her speech. Now, it is job of the viewers to identify how many times the word of the day and phrase of the day was used in her speech. Later, I'll be sharing a link in the chat box wherein you can go and fill up the questionnaire and answer the right one. All right? Is everyone ready? I hope you are. So let me introduce the speaker for today's meeting. The speaker is Shika Yadav, and the title of her speech is Priceless. Shika Yadav, Priceless.
Almost every day, I hear people say that they're losing their self-confidence. and they end up losing out on a lot of opportunities, and which indeed results in them pulling themselves down again, again, and yet again. Are you one of them? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and all my dear lovely guests present here. I recently heard a story about a young boy, and I thought it would be great to share it with all of you here today. The story begins. A young boy went to his father and asked, what was the value of his life? His father didn't say a word. He told his son to take the stone and go and sell it in a market. And if anybody asks the price, don't say a word, just raise 2 fingers. The boy, as instructed by his father, then went to the market. A woman came up to him excitedly and asked him, oh dear, how much are you selling this beautiful, wonderful stone for? I think it would look amazing in my garden. The boy didn't say a word, he just raised his 2 fingers. The woman then said, $2, I'll take it. The boy was kind of surprised, but then he went home and told his dad that a woman wanted to buy this stone just for $2. His father didn't say anything again. He told his son to take the rock and go to a museum. The son again went to the museum, and a man was really interested in buying this rock. He asked the son, will you sell this rock to me? The son, as instructed, didn't say a word, just raised his 2 fingers. And the man then said, I'll take it for $200. The boy was shocked. He went running home and he told his father that they wanted to buy this stone for $200. His dad again did not say anything. He just smiled at his poor son. He said, I would ask you to take this stone yet again to one last place. That is the precious stone store. He asked his son to go and show this stone to the owner and ask him to take the stone. And if he asks the price, don't say anything, just raise 2 fingers. The son again went to the precious stone owner and he showed the stone to the owner. You would not believe what happened next. The owner excitedly yelled, oh my God, where did you find this stone? This is the most rarest stone in the entire world. I should definitely have this in my shop. The boy was amused. He didn't say anything, he just raised his 2 fingers. The owner sat for a while and thought. And he said, I'll take the stone if you're willing to sell it to me for $200,000. The boy was numb. He did not know what to do. He ran back home again and told his father that the owner wanted this rock for $200,000. His father then just smiled and said, son, do you now realize what is the value of your life? You see, in life, it doesn't matter where you come from, where you were born, what is the color of your skin, or what kind of money you were born into. What matters is where you place yourself, what kind of people you surround yourself with, and how you carry yourself out in the world. Your entire life, you might have thought that you're worth just a $2 stone. And you might be surrounded by people who thought that your worth is just $2. But don't forget, there's a diamond hidden inside all of us. And it is your choice to surround yourself with people who realize your true worth, or to surround yourself with people who will always treat you just like a $2 stone. It is up to you to either be in the market for $2 or to be at the precious stone store for $200,000. It is your decision. You see the stone? According to you and me, there might not be anything special about this stone, but I am sure if I take this stone to a precious stone store owner, he will find the two diamond inside it. He will find something unique about the stone, and he will tell me what is so special about it. We are the only ones who can determine our true worth. And if you invest in yourself, value yourself decently, you're going to be a great deal, not just for yourself, but for your entire community, for the entire world. And never forget, in life, you are your biggest asset. So start to value yourself right now from this very moment. So to get the ball rolling, I would request all of you to put up 2 things that you value a lot about yourself in the chat box. If I were to answer the same question, the 2 most things that I value about me would be number 1, I'm a very loyal person, and number 2, I'm taking small steps to learn something new every single day. And so, before I end my speech, I would like to say one thing. You are priceless. Thank you. Over to the President.
Thank you, Shika, for that amazing speech. I'm sure that the audience definitely loved it. And yes, it's priceless. The valuable things in our life is priceless. So, audience, go ahead, spam the chat with the 2 most things that you value the most in your life. And I shall post a link in the chat box wherein you can go and answer the questionnaire that I had mentioned in the beginning. So, the winner will be getting special certificates. Go ahead. All right, Shazeen Khan says discipline and loyalty. Nice, Shazeen. There's another guy who says it's my parents. That's very amazing. That's very amazing. All right, there is another person, Giant, who says self-belief and my strength. That's very amazing, Giant. Yes, you must have self-belief to move forward in life. That's really great. There's my family, innocence, loyalty, honesty. Wow, that's amazing, guys. That's really amazing to see the 2 most things that you value the most in your life. All right, so we have received a lot of responses through our audience in the Mentimeter link. And to know who the winner is, stay till the end of this event. It's a very surprising news. All right, so now let's move on to the next segment. Before that, I'd like to call upon one of our officers who couldn't introduce us, who couldn't introduce herself in the beginning because of some technical difficulties. So Toastmaster Bhumika, you can go ahead, introduce yourself and tell more about our TM meetings to our audience.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nimesh. As Toastmaster Nimesh said, I am the treasurer of VVCE Toastmasters. So, as the name suggests, I mainly handle all the funds, and my main job is to collect all the dues and pay dues to the Toastmasters International. And with the approval of the club, I use the club funds properly. Now, to speak about our Toastmasters meeting, there are mainly three important sections of a Toastmasters meeting. One is the prepared speech section. And to give an example, like Shika gave the speech, in every meeting we'll have 3 to 4 prepared speeches where the Toastmasters prepare and then come and present it in front of us. So that is the prepared speech. The next section is the table topic section, and the third section is the evaluation section. So let me introduce all the role takers also in this. So every section has the role takers also, but mainly we have the general evaluator and 3 people who will help the general evaluator. So what is a role of a general evaluator? He is like an important person who makes sure that everything goes properly. we all need evaluation, we all make mistakes, so only when we know what the mistake is, we get to learn the next time. So general evaluator helps us do this, and with the help of a tag team, that is the timer, our counter, and the grammarian, he helps us show the mistakes and helps us and gives us a chance to improve in the next meeting. So that is with the general evaluator's role. And the next is the table topic section, which I mentioned. So what is this table topic section? When we were in school, you might remember we would have the section called pick and speak. This is similar to it, but not like that. In pick and speak, we go and pick a topic, but in table topics, there is a person called table topic master. He would have prepared for few topics, and a person is called and he'll give the topic to you, and you have to just speak for 2 minutes. And I think that this section is a very important and a great opportunity to all the people who have fear and who think they can't join. So this is like a stage given to these people. So one major thing about Toastmaster is that nobody judges you. Even if you come in front of the stage and then go blank, nobody will tell you anything. This is where you can know what your strength is and you can know what your weakness is. And this section majorly gives you that stage to come and know yourself. So that is with the table topic session. And last but never the least is the evaluation section. As I told you, all of us need to know what our mistakes is. So in this evaluation section, each prepared speech speaker will have an evaluator. So in this section, the evaluator will give his evaluation or her evaluation, where the evaluator will tell the good things about the speech, the not so good things about the speech, the improvements, and will also tell whether the speaker has qualified the level or qualified that speech. So these are the three main sections. And to note it again, we have our meetings every Friday at 5:30. I'm waiting to see new faces there. So welcome again. Back to Toastmaster Nimesh. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster Bhumika, for emphasizing on the flow of the meeting and the various role takers in our meeting. And just to emphasize on one thing, the table topic session is like the most intriguing part of a TM meeting. And for the audience to experience it, I highly suggest you log into our meetings every Friday at 5:30 p.m. You guys are going to have the best time of your lives. All right, with that said, let us move on to the next segment, the second leg of this live session. And that is a question. Why Toastmasters? Why join Toastmasters? Well, it's very obvious that in the beginning I said you join Toastmasters to improve public speaking skills and leadership skills. But it's not just these two aspects that you tend to learn by being in the Toastmasters organization. There's a lot more than that. There's a wide spectrum of other things. So to know more about this, we have few esteemed Toastmasters and as well as our alumni, the club alumni, who will be sharing their experiences about the benefits that they got from the Toastmasters Club. So let me hand over the screen to the moderator, Apurva Singh. Apurva Singh, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Nimesh. And as he mentioned, we have our own alumni and few members who will be telling about Toastmasters. So you all might have known till now that it's a leadership and communication platform. But the why can be different for everyone. There we have like 51 members till now in our families, each coming up with different reasons to join it, and we aligning our goals to meet their personal goals. Right now, I have few members to give you what they learned from Toastmasters, starting off with the first presenter. She was one of the chartered members and she has grown rapidly. So I want to ask you, Toastmaster Avniya, if you are in screen. Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Apurva.
So Toastmaster Avni, the question is really simple. What is your why for Toastmasters?
And I joined Toastmaster. The first thing is I was not good in communicating in English. That was my first intention while joining the Toastmasters. Because in our college, I joined engineer to get placed at the end, right? Without no communicating in English, who will give me the job? English is like every corporate company uses, and I was so scared and hesitated to start speaking also. Like what people will laugh, and those kind of questions were coming in my mind even if I tried to speak. But then I get an opportunity to join this club. After joining, I think few months I didn't participated much, but here I started observing how people are speaking. We can learn in two ways, right? Either doing it or observing how people are doing it. First I observed how people are doing it, and then I started speaking. Here, as previously someone explained about table topics, right? It table topics helps me to improve my thinking instantly. If someone gives me some topic, I can think about it instantly and I can speak about it. So that helped me in my interview as well. And interview, one more thing which we need to come and like consider is what we need to say, and in what time we need to say. Like I don't get a whole day to convince interviewer, right? In limited time I need to share whatever I know. That is also one thing which I learned in Toastmasters, because timer will always be sitting in front of us and telling, yeah, now your time is done, better you finish your speech, right? He's there guiding in. And grammarian is there. So I was, as I said, I was struggling to speak communicate in English. Grammarian was there to help me. And don't think only the who role takers are there to help you. Each and every member of the Toastmasters are there to help each and every other member. So I will always be thankful for the Toastmaster, because whatever the stage I am here, Toastmaster is the first place who pushed me till this place. Yeah, this is what I wanted to share. Is there anything else, Apurva?
Nothing for now, Avni. I guess you have covered all the aspects, and great to help you in whatever field Toastmaster could. Thank you for coming and sharing your point of views with us today. Moving
Thank
on
you.
to another person. Welcome. Moving on to another person, he was also one of the charter members, and he was in the first set of officers in our club, Toastmaster Suman. We have heard him speak a lot, and he was quite well a communicator. But the same question goes for him as well. Toastmaster Suman, are you there?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can clearly hear you. So, Toastmaster Suman, the question remains the same. What is your why for Toastmasters?
Okay. A very, very interesting question, I must say, because people who usually come to Toastmasters have one thing and one or two things in mind, that they need to learn how to communicate well. They need to be better leaders. Okay. But I must appreciate, I'm very happy to see Avni here today, because I still remember the first meeting when she came, and the first meeting when she started speaking, and the drastic improvements that I'm seeing in her now. I'm very, very happy to acknowledge that. But my why is a little different. So I was a decent communicator initially itself before joining the club, and I had ample leadership abilities too. But culminating all of that together, how is it possible? You need to communicate with a lot of people. That is where your networking abilities come into picture. Just if you're good enough in communication, communication doesn't bring you close to a lot of people. You get a lot of exposure meeting different people, different sets of people who are working in different companies, who are in different professions also. So Toastmasters, I actually came for that reason, to get that exposure, so that how many people we are looking at, what are they doing in their life, and how is their perspective, how can I inculcate what they are implementing in their life, in their professions, so that I can improve and I can become better in whatever I'm doing. So this is one reason why I came to Toastmasters, and it did give me that. There are if you look at the clubs in Mysore itself, We have college clubs as well as community clubs and corporate clubs too. So college clubs, if you can see, we had different college clubs, like we had JCE Toastmasters and many other Myra Toastmasters. Okay, but if you look at corporate clubs also, we used to have an opportunity to go to Infosys all the time to meet and communicate with people who are there. My mentor, she was also from Infosys, right? So you get different kinds of interactions with them. You don't only speak about Toastmasters, you speak about your daily life interactions, your professional interactions too. So that way I got a lot of inputs. I made a lot of good friends in Toastmasters who actually give me professional as well as personal advices. Right? So this is how Toastmasters has helped me. And this is what I always say, that in Toastmasters, what I'm looking for is the networking part of it. Right? So the more people you meet, the more you mingle, the more you understand, and the more you can improve in whatever you want to do. You'll get more perspective. So this is what I would like to say. It's a little serious, but yeah, this is what I was looking for in Toastmasters, and I did get it. Over to you, Apurva.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suman, for highlighting one major part of being a Toastmaster, networking. There are a number of clubs outside this community, and you have the opportunity to go mingle with them, talk to them, not just about Toastmasters, but all the other aspects as well. If you're going to work in that company, if you want any ideas for future, networking helps you out in all the field. And thank you so much, Suman, for highlighting it again. Moving on to our next presenter. He is currently a part of the officers group, the secretary, and he is a person who is growing now, and we see him as the officer, and we are very proud of him. So, Toastmaster Naveed, are you in the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, the question remains the same for you, Naveed. What is your why for Toastmasters?
Okay. Good afternoon, one and all present here. This is Naveed Wani, a very proud and grateful member of Toastmasters. I am basically a resident of Jammu and Kashmir, which is quite distinct from Karnataka in terms of language, culture, and whatnot. When I joined at this college, I felt quite out of place, but today I feel this is where I belong. All thanks to Toastmasters. I can very proudly say that joining Toastmasters was one of the best decisions of my life. Toastmasters treated me like any other member, irrespective of my different language and culture. And it does so with everyone. It definitely has shown unity in diversity by fitting in everyone without any bias. One of the biggest advantages of joining Toastmasters is that it can significantly reduce any fears around public speaking. By repeated speaking, you become habitual of it. After a few meetings, speaking will feel much anxiety inducing and much more like second nature. This club has this club helps everyone to become better person, be it a shy person or a very outspoken one. It helps to bring out the passion in you. It brings out the leader in you. By improving your communication, public speaking, and leadership skills, you are building a better version of yourself. Whether you are hoping to land that big promotion or simply wants to feel more confident when communicating with coworkers, Toastmasters can help teach the skills you need. Every day, Toastmaster members uh, help to other people in addition to Toastmasters develop as speakers and leaders. They serve as mentors, encouragers, and evaluators, and give their time and energy to inspire other people to grow. I would say this club helped me grow myself in a way that no other activity could do. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Apurva.
Thank you so much, Naveed, for highlighting one more. You tell you are fortunate enough to be in the club. We say that we are fortunate enough to have such a diverse crowd because we also learn from you as well. That is the culture. And for highlighting this one more, fact that our crowd is diverse from all the country. Is a student of VVC, just come and join us, and we will be more than happy welcoming you with both our hands open. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naveed, for highlighting the diversity part of Toastmasters. Moving on to another person. She has been the president of our club. She is also one of the charter members. She has walked the way, talked the way, and whatnot. Welcoming on screen our beloved past president, Toastmaster Yamini. Yamini, I would like to ask you the same very question. Now, what is your why for Toastmasters?
Okay, thanks Apurva for asking. Hey everyone, I'm Yamini, as Apurva said. I have a quick question to all of you, and if it's possible, just put up your answers in the live chat below. My question to you all is, how many of you have been a part of a group project? Like either a group of 2 or 3 or 4. I'm sure most of you have been as a part of your group project, be it science exhibition or social science, anything. Okay. Hopefully you've all put up your answers over there. Now, I want all of you all to think, were there any instances where you felt that dividing the work was very difficult? Giving a person this amount of work and asking the other person to just make the chart and this person to make the model. It might have seemed difficult. And of course, how can we forget? What was more difficult was convincing your teammates to complete their task within a deadline was another huge task. Now, if all of this requires convincing of another level, have you ever thought that an easier way to do all of that is to just communicate effectively? That was one question that was always on my mind when I had joined college. And it was I really wanted to learn how to convince people, or rather, how to convey my thoughts in a really better way. So I actually joined Toastmasters to pick up my communication and leadership skills. So it has helped me take a lead. I could be a leader and organize many events. And not only that, it has also helped me in my management skills, because management is very important in every part of field, because you're always interacting with humans and we are all from various walks of life. So making sure that you convey your thoughts in a very proper way to all the people is very important. And so Toastmasters helped me perform better, not only in clubs, but fortunately also in my class presentations. Class presentations tend to get a little boring after a point of time, because you're just explaining what's on the slide or what your topic is. So I learned how to make it more interesting. I learned how to put a sprinkle of humor into it, or how to improve my body language and my stage presence. All of that just made sure that it supported my thoughts that I wanted to convey to everybody else. So otherwise, the community is quite supportive, and because of that, I received a lot of constructive feedback. So they told me if my body language was very stiff, they told me that your hands should be more open towards the audience. Or if I fumbled a lot, they corrected me there. They told me that it is better if you practice a lot more to avoid all the fumbling. So it basically helped me improve my skills that I had lacked. And a bonus point in Toastmasters is actually that once we feel like we have fared well in our speeches and completed a set of projects satisfactorily, it's great that we can even contest over here. So I'm talking about nail-biting contests and nerve-wracking contests, not only at the club level, but also at the area level, where a lot of clubs get together, a lot of Toastmaster clubs get together. It goes on up till international level. So the winners in all the club level, area level, regional level, district level, they all go up till the international level. In fact, the upcoming contest is set to be held in Paris, and the winner of the contest will be given the title of the world champion of public speaking. So that person has to be really, really good. So there it is. See, Toastmasters gives a platform for me to experiment different communication and leadership styles. So as a college student, you will have many opportunities to explore, right? For me, it gave me place to experiment my humor, my speaking style, how I should be able to convince people, how I should be a better leader. So, as a college student, you'll have many opportunities to explore. Take advantage of that, because at the end of the day, according to me, it's more important that you should be able to effectively communicate your thoughts, be it to a huge crowd, like a room full of audience, or even just one person. That could be an interviewer also, anybody. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you should be able to effectively communicate your thoughts. So in the end, I would like to leave you all that, the more you experiment and the more you practice, the better you become. So in the end, the stage actually looks less scary the more you meet it. All the best, guys.
Thank you so much, Master Yamini, for highlighting over which was left the contest season of biting contest, and it goes to international. And skills very basic, but which needs to be known for all the students, be it in presentation in class or when you're talking to your faculty members, convincing that yes, my idea will work. So these are small things which everyone learned, and these are just 4 members of our clubs. As I told you, we are 51 members strong, and each and every member have their why. So what I would like to conclude is like the why can be different for each and every one, but we align our goals towards it and make sure that you achieve whatever you are looking forward for. But these all were our club members, right? There are people of corporate working, being a part of Toastmasters while they are working. And why do they do so? So, to give you more clarity on that, we have one of the members, our own family members, if I would say, our extended family, a member from Infos Toastmasters, Toastmaster Azhar. Are you there?
Hi, Toastmaster Apurva, and hello everyone.
So Toastmaster has been there the day Friday. So, sir, the question remains the same for you. Why Toastmasters? And as you are a member of our club, what do you think about the club? Over to you, Azhar.
The answer to your question, why Toastmasters, would be why not Toastmasters? Because ever since I've been a member of this particular community, let me tell you, belonging to a corporate, you get enclosed in a comfort zone very soon, because you would have done your studies, you would have done all your interviews, and there is very little challenge when it comes to workplaces. But then in these workplaces, if you can actually find out a place where we can grow ourselves and work upon ourselves, I think that is the place I found at Toastmasters. I found a family far from home, as many people like Naveed has mentioned. And I also found a place where I can go out and experiment all I can, just like Yamini and Suman have explained. But let me tell you, it's not only about public speaking or leadership skills. I have found a designer in me because I created a lot of posters as the VPPR of a club. I also got to know that I could put in plans regarding education of the club and help members achieve their goals, because I've also served as the vice president education of my club. And finally, I believe that a lion, when it is born, does it already know how to be a leader? Please put your responses into the chat window. When a lion is just born, does it already know how to be a leader? I disagree to this fact, because every lion cannot be the leader. There has to be only one leader in the entire jungle, and that lion is the one who is trained professionally. And I think Toastmasters is a place that has been training lions in the field of public speaking and communication skills, along with leadership skills, and also part by part improving the personal skills and the technical skills that you can own. Today, members of VVCE Club are able to host this on a live YouTube channel. I don't think when I was in my college, I was able to do this. Today, all of you need not go to the college canteen and wait for your seniors to arrive to introduce yourselves. You just go into a Toastmasters meeting and boom, you're introduced to your seniors. And we all know our network is our net worth. It might sound like a marketing speech, but then that's the truth. And if you can find highly influential people in your organization, like I found people in Infosys, and plus, if you find people whom you can inspire, then again, my answer would still remain, why not Toastmasters? So, fellow members and anyone who is watching me live since the last 1 hour, I think it's all about finding an identity for yourself. So if you think that you still do not have an identity and you feel lost whenever there's a big crowd, let me tell you, Toastmasters will be a place that will throw spotlight upon you with a shower of applause, love, nurturing, and care. So please do not wait anymore and join the nearest Toastmaster club near you and start your journey on becoming a better public speaker as well as a leader. Back to you, Apurva.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azhar. I feel like if it sounded like a sales pitch, no, it's not. It's straight from the heart. We believe it, so we say it. Thank you so much, Azhar, for highlighting all the points, and thank you for being with us here. Although you are working, it's your working hour. Thank you so much for making it today.
Thank you so much
So,
for that.
thank you. So with that, I have had my set of presenters, and as I told you, these are not the ones, just the ones. There are many, many, many more members in our club who has benefited in different phases, wherever they wanted to experiment, whatever they wanted to do. And if you join Toastmasters, I'm sure we will line up to your needs and make sure it is meant. So this is what I had to present to you. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed the session and got what Toastmasters is all about. So back to you, Nimish. What is your why of Toastmasters?
Oh, well, thank you very much, Apurva. My why of Toastmasters. Well, there's a very short anecdote. To be honest, in the beginning, I didn't have a why. When I heard the term Toastmasters, I thought it was a cooking club, as ma'am mentioned in the beginning in our college. And I was just surprised. Do we have a cooking club in our college, in an engineering college? And after I attended the meeting, I got to know it's not a cooking club. First thing, it's something way beyond, beyond what we think, right? It offers a lot of things. So my why to Toastmasters would be, just as Azhar said, why not? You'll get a lot of things here. You can network, develop your communication skills and grow. That's very important. So yes, thank you very much, Apurva, and all the panelists for giving that wide view of Toastmasters and why it's important. All right. In the first activity, we had the prepared speech, and I raised a questionnaire in the chat box, wherein you all went to the Mentimeter link and selected the answers. Now, to know how many words were exactly used, let me call upon the grammarian for her to present her report. Now is the time you'll be getting to know how many words were actually used. Ishika, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nimesh. Hello, everyone, again, and I'm back with my report. The number of times the word of the day was used, 7, and the number of times the phrase of the day was used is 1. And if you have answered this, then you might get the certificate. You will get the certificate from our dear president. And there's one grammarian tip that I would like to give. If you want to improve your vocabulary, you have to do it on your daily basis. Like, I know you can just get a word, you can search it on Google, and you can practice it every day. But it doesn't work like that. So if you hear a word, just write the meaning, keep a virtual or a physical word jar, and put that chit or something, whatever you have prepared in that. Write the word and the meaning and put it in the jar. And every day, just pick up one chit and use that word as many times as you can. I'm sure you will remember that word throughout your life. That's one tip. And welcome everyone to VVC and VVC Toastmasters. Back to you, Ramesh.
Thank you very much, Ishika. And I was just taking a look at the Mentimeter link, and to be, honest, to be quite frank about it, a lot of you have guessed the answer right. A lot of you, and there's just not one person who has guessed this right. A lot of you. So the ones who guessed it right, congratulations! You'll be getting the active listener certificate, and the ones who participated, interacted with us through the live chat section. Congratulations to you. You'll be getting the best participant certificate too. With that, we come to the end. You all. Again, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So you guys now saw that video, and that is the success story of VVCE Toastmasters. And we just don't stop there. What you saw there right now, again, is just a gist. There's a lot more that you need to see about our club. But before I sign off, there's one thing that I like to say for all the viewers here. Communication is an art. It's a skill, right? And our college has a club just dedicated towards teaching public speaking and leadership skills. And we, the students, are just so fortunate to have this club in our college. So my advice to all the freshers and to all the viewers who are watching, do join our meetings, attend our meetings, learn more, and grow. With that, I'd like to conclude this live session by saying, go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, search for VVCE Toastmasters, hit that follow button, go to YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. It's the president signing off. Have a great day.